Thank you, dear listeners. Welcome back to News and Views on Salam Media. I am your guest presenter for this week, Abdullah Mwaswis. And of course, don't forget that you can always join the conversation. The studio line is 011-680-0355. You can reach us on WhatsApp at 061-766-0355. Our handle on X is at Salam Media. There's also the Facebook page, facebook.com/Salam Media. And of course, we're streaming live on the Salam Media website, salammedia.com/listen-live. And now we are joined by special guest Didier Kabwe, who is a member of the Congolese Solidarity Campaign and one of the co-founders of Kairos-DRC, to discuss the developing situation out there in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Bonjour Didier, ça va bien?
Bonjour Abdullah, ça va bien, and you?
Yeah, very good, alhamdulillah, ça va bien.
Merci.
Thank you for joining. Merci beaucoup. Thank you for joining us this morning over here in Johannesburg. We've seen in the last few days that fighting has resumed in the Eastern DRC between the Congolese army and the March 23 movement. Despite talks of a ceasefire, most notably that which was proposed by Angola's President João Lourenço. Can you summarize to us what's the sequence of events that's led to this outbreak, and what does it mean?
Good morning to you. Good morning to your viewers. This situation could be the signal that, it is not a surprise. We knew that we will come to this situation since several times parties don't respect the ceasefire, and we know already that it was coming, and this is a signal of probably something bad that may come to this region.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And I also note that the United Nations peacekeeping mission in the DRC, MONUSCO, also announced yesterday that they were also deploying what they call a joint exploratory assessment mission to Uvira, which is, of course, one of the most important cities out there in the Eastern DRC, starting from a couple of days ago until the end of this week, to prepare to establish some sort of joint ceasefire monitoring system. But what does this mean? I mean, there has been, I know, some talks over the last few months of a ceasefire being mediated by Qatar. And of course, the various leaders of the different groups met in Doha some time ago as well. Can you give us some background into that process of negotiation and mediation that Kinshasa and Kigali have been participating in so far?
Yes, this is the outcome of peace process, Washington peace process, and Doha peace process. And remember, we now have a new head of MONUSCO, probably with a new mandate. And this is the context that this all are happening. And remember also, we, as you said it before, there is also dialogue, national dialogue, which probably may come. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yes, which may also, as you mentioned, the president of Angola. And so it is in this context that we see this breaking of ceasefire. We are probably going to national dialogue. And we know that according to the government in Kinshasa, they will not go to dialogue with those who took arms. And there are also some some positions in our opposition, if I may say like this, they think that when we talk about national dialogue, we need to include also those who took arm. So we are in that context, and in terms of what is happening in Masisi, we
Hmm.
can see that the government is trying to retake some villages, some places where it was under control of M23. And we know that there's a pressure which Rwanda is going through now, as we know that the M23 are backed by Rwanda. It, evidence are there, and
Hmm. Hmm.
Rwanda have accepted that they are also involved in what is happening in Eastern DRC. So we are in that context. We know that there is mediations here and there. Angola president, as I mentioned, at Doha and Washington. So this is the context where the situation is, and we don't know exactly what is going to happen.
Hmm. Absolutely,
Yes.
and that's incredibly worrying. Um, and of course, within this entire situation, I mean, the biggest victims in the end are just the the average people who are living in these regions, particularly in the eastern DRC, in Uvira and Kiva. Um, and so, can you tell us a little bit about the humanitarian situation that's arisen due to these developments?
Yes, the humanitarian situation is a very, very bad situation, and we have this movement of people uh, fleeing war and the killings of civilians. And we count up to now more than 15,000 since the beginning of this war. So it's a very bad situation, and there are specific zone where the humanitarian convoy cannot even reach because those specific parts are under control of different rebels group. So people are dying, people are going hungry for many years, and families are displaced. So the situation is very catastrophic in that part of Eastern DRC.
And with regards to that, in your view, what does a just outcome look like?
As I said before, the outcome doesn't look well, and as it has been said, that situation, the risk of that conflict is the embracement of the whole region, and it is very important that we, as African, have a serious look at that situation and see how to solve and help people who are in that specific bad situation, humanitarian bad situation. So, as Africans, we need to be concentrated to that specific situation. And we know that there was hope in this Washington peace process and Doha. Yes, there is something that has been done in that specific regard. But as African, we need to look at ourselves in the eyes and sit, talk, and solve that problem for the sake of
Absolutely.
those who are in that bad
Absolutely.
situation.
And I mean, I just want to add on really quickly. Of course, many of our listeners, just before I wrap up here on Salam Media, are, largely a Muslim audience who are very concerned with the situation in Palestine. And I just want to highlight really quickly, that in the previous segment we talked a little bit about with the previous guest, how Israel does diplomacy through offering these technological solutions. And I understand that the DRC, of course, and its natural resources are key to the production of a lot of these technologies, like the microchips and all of these sorts of things that are involved in all of that. And so, of course, many of our listeners are really passionate about Palestine. But I think part of that passion means that actually it's a responsibility as well, not just for Africans, but for people who are concerned about justice in the world and in Palestine as well, to actually be very informed and concerned about what's going on in DRC and to actively speak out against it. And so I hope that at some stage we can continue this conversation. But today I have to wrap up here. Thank you so much, Didier Kabwe. Merci beaucoup. And inshallah,
Merci
we will
beaucoup,
see you
Abdullah.
again soon. So that was Didier Kabwe joining us from Kinshasa. He is a member of the Congolese Solidarity Campaign and a co-founder of Kairos-DRC. We'll be back with you after this short break.